First of all, you can see the panel of Huazhong CNC 8 type for turning. Power on the controller and enter into the automatic processing interface. Now let me introduce this MCP panel of CNC controller for you. Now the MCP panel of the machine tool is in automatic mode, and it is available to program and process in automatic mode. Single segment mode. The tool is machined through single segment operation when the program is running. In manual mode, we can move the coordinate axis through coordinate axis keys. Under increment mode, we can control the machine by handheld. Adjust the axis direction, moving in positive and negative directions, and adjust the magnification through the magnification adjustment switch. This is the handheld unit control mode. Click Return to the reference point to return coordinate axis to 0 position of the machine tool. Tool changing. We can change number 1 tool to number 2 tool and change number 2 tool to number 3 tool through the tool position selection. Here is the fast moving ratio to adjust the speed by 0.25%, 15%, and 100%. Machine lamp, turn on the machine tool light. Cooling is the cooling switch. Spindle upshift can upshift the spindle gear. When we run the spindle forward in manual mode, click it, and the spindle will rotate forward and default the last spindle rotation speed. Click Spindle Stop, and the spindle will stop immediately. Click Spindle Backward, the spindle will rotate reversely. This is the adjustment switch of the spindle magnification, and the magnification adjustment is between 50% and 120%. The spindle speed can be adjusted. This is the feed rate adjustment switch, which can switch the feed rate from 0 to 120%. This is the feed hold, which can pause when the program is running. The green key can start the cycle and run the program. And this is system power off and system power on. This is emergency stop. Press it, and then the system will be emergency stop state. Now let me introduce the NC panel. In the introduction of NC panel, we mainly do tool setting operation. In MDI mode, click Cancel. Input M03SF500. Click Enter and click Cycle Start in automatic mode. Now the spindle rotates. We can adjust the rotation speed of the spindle through feed rate adjustment switch. Then click Setup. Select Tool Compensation Setting in the Settings interface. At this moment, the current tool is number 1, and we can do the tool setting. Change automatic mode to incremental mode and do tool setting through the handheld. Now move the coordinate axis. Make the tool tip contact with the blank end and cut the end face of the blank. Now the tool cuts the end face of the blank. When the cutting is completed, ensure that all end faces of blank have been cutted. Then retract the tool along X-axis and keep Z-axis unchanged. Now, in the table of number 1 tool composition, click Trial Cutting Length. Input 0 and click Enter. Then, the Z-axis offset of number 1 tool changes. Now we perform the X-axis offset measurement. Move the coordinate axis to make the tool cut with outer edge of the blank. The cutting distance needs to be measured with caliper. When the turning is finished, make the tool retract along Z-axis direction and keep X-axis position unchanged. Click Spindle Stop and use caliper to measure the distance. Measure the outside diameter of cutting. And the result is 48.4. Enter the value of 48.4 for the trial cutting diameter. And click Enter. And now the X-axis position changes. Now the offset setting of X and Z-axis of number 1 tool is completed. Move the cursor to the number 2 tool for measurement. Repeat the last measurement operation and reset the trial cutting length and diameter. Now the tool setting is finished.